Guernsey is your British Isles port of call. It's a tender port, and you have very limited time. But you have a large, multi-generational group that are jet-lagged but still want to explore. Can do? Absolutely. I'm Troy, and this is the Port Lowdown. Guernsey is among the Channel Islands, 30 miles west of Normandy, France, and 114 miles southwest of Southampton. It's a self-governing British Crown dependency, so it's not actually part of the UK. You enter Guernsey via the beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, town of St. Peter Port. It's a tender dock, but the tenders run fairly quickly. In fact, I noticed 2 boats docking side by side and running all day. It's a 10 to 15 minute ride. You land here at Albert Pier, facing the Prince Albert statue, of course, where friendly volunteers are ready to assist. Your tour buses also meet here, of course. You'll find various last-minute tours on offer. Tuk-tuks in Europe? We got started late. Did we see any of the sights, like Castle Cornet, about 10 minutes away? No, we opted for quick and easy, signing up for the Petite Train tour and a nice stroll through town. But it didn't mean disappointing. Instead, we got treated to some beautiful sights and interesting stores. First up, the town church, which has stood here since the 15th century. It looks diminutive from the outside, but there's some real beauty within. There's also lots of local history on the plaques, honoring men lost to battle or the sea. Next door is the Albion House.
It's recognized by the Guinness Book of Records as the tavern closest to a church in the British Isles.
In front of this is a post pillar box with a crochet cap. They're called toppers, a project started during the pandemic to brighten people's lives. It's become something of a craze in the UK, or so I've heard. There's even a term for it, yarn bombing. Who knew? In front of the church is the Victor Hugo statue, celebrating the island's most famous resident, the author of Les Miserables and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You can visit his house here. It's now a museum, by guided tour only. Tickets were sold out, so we had to settle for a photo op. A stroll around here is a must. There's a touch of France along these cobblestone streets. Now, the town is hilly. There's lots of steep streets. Thick cobblestone, too. Take your time and hydrate. The shopping arcade is filled with community art stores. This secondhand store also serves as a community meeting space.
Oh my God.
Cute. Oh, I like the ribbon on it.
I know.
With many a quirk thrown in. Totally worth a look. H. Samuel had an intriguing collection of books and knickknacks. The postcard section is worth a look. Many of these postcards are used, so if you ever wanted to read through someone's mail, here's your shot. Banking and finance are the leading businesses here, as you might notice with the money on display. It kind of reminded me of a more laid-back Monaco. But there's also the cute and traditional here too, even if it's sometimes modestly hidden. By the way, if you're enjoying our Guernsey video, hit us up with a like and consider subscribing. We put out videos every week, and it would mean a lot to us. Thank you so much. For those who want to chill while touring town, there's the Petite Train. It takes you around town for roughly a 1-hour tour with an audio guide. We chose this to avoid lots of hill climbing, and it's a pleasant time. Even if it's a bit rough on the butt sometimes. And then we left for the ship. Told you this was quick. The line going back always seems long on return, but also moves quickly. They keep the tender rotation pretty constant, at least on our trip. Granted, we really didn't tour this time, but we definitely want to come back and explore more sights. But just strolling and taking in this beautiful town was more than satisfying for us this time around. Have you been to Guernsey? What do you recommend on our next visit here? Let us know in the comments.